Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, I haven't done one of these for a while, and thought it was about time. Overview, tabletop review of a pig sticker I bought recently. And sheath. There it is there. It's just a standard butcher's knife, basically. There they are there. I have never seen this brand before, Diekensen. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it'll show up there. But it is just the standard pattern, sticking blade. Came nice, reasonably sharp, very exaggerated sticking blade, made out of 5CR15 MOV steel, which is mid-range stainless steel, which I don't mind for these types of basic butcher's knives, because it'll give it a good stainless resistance, so reasonable stain resistance, and it would be reasonably easy to keep sharp and whatnot. For these sort of butcher's knives, you don't necessarily need high-end steels or anything like that. Nice basic stainless steel is what most butchers tend to go for, because it's easy to sharpen, they're stain resistant, and that's basically what they go for. So this is marketed as a 7-inch butcher's knife, straight, stiff, sticking, boning knife, standard polypropylene handle. I did measure it. It is a 7-inch blade. So you are getting the 18 centimetre blade with 7-inch, and they did say it had a 18 centimetre handle, but that's wrong. 14 centimetre handle, 2mm spine, so fairly decent spine. Came with the standard just plastic cover and a plastic protection for the tip. I did end up buying a sheath, which was problematic. Apparently on eBay, I'm not allowed to buy knives anymore because they can't verify my age. So even though I'm in my mid-50s, and when I go onto eBay, I cannot put my age into it, and they can't verify my age. And in Queensland now, it is illegal to sell knives to under 18-year-olds. And so basically anything to do with knives, I'm not allowed to buy on eBay, including sheaths. So I had to actually go through Optic hunting gear. They sent me this sheath through their website. Now the knife was $41.71. I did buy this off eBay, but I don't know. It came from Queensland. I don't know why I could buy it. So some sellers are selling them. It is legal for me to buy a knife because I am over 18. So they did nothing wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, that's their business. Anyway, I bought the sheath from Optic Hunting Gear. I've bought a couple of these sheaths. They are the standard sheath. Now there was an option to buy either a 9-inch or a 7-inch. Because of the 7-inch blade, I opted for the 7-inch. Actually should have probably opted for the 9-inch looking at it. It does fit it, and it looks really good in the sheath. Although I probably should have opted for the 9-inch. It would have been a little bit longer, fair enough. A little bit too long for it, but it just means that the knife would have gone completely down into the sheath and sat in the sheath properly and all that. It still fits in the sheath well. You still get good retention and everything, and it still looks reasonably well. Like, it still looks all right. There is a little bit left out, but I don't think there's no real worries about it, and I don't think it'd go through the bottom there, but it is what it is. The only problem is the sheath was $40, including shipping, so it is as much as the knife is. So it is an $80 outlay for what is basically a butcher's knife. Yeah, it is starting to get a bit for a basic butcher's knife. Yeah, you probably don't need the sheath if you're just getting a butcher's knife. You just put it in the kitchen and use it as a butcher's knife. But if you're using it as a pig sticker, you definitely need a sheath, and I would definitely opt for the 9-inch sheath. That way this would go on it. But running around with that as a standard pig sticking knife, probably not for me. Yeah, I'd opt for something a little bit more robust, and yeah. But overall, yeah, for what they are, no dramas. Like, I think it's exactly what I got for my money. They are a fine boning, sticking knife for what it is, and it came very sharp. No, not too bad. No, it's not very sharp, but yeah, it's wet, so the paper's gone all funny. You know, like it does go funny. It was cutting paper quite well, so yeah, it is not too bad at all. So yeah, but yeah, not a bad knife. There it is there, but they're just a standard butcher's knife. It did fit my large hands quite well, either grip, reverse, and there it is in the hand. So yeah, I got a full grip, no dramas. No stacking. So yeah, not a bad at all. I did measure this. It is 7-inch, just on. So I would have liked it if they'd been a little bit more, like if it had been 7.5 inches, it would have been perfect. If it had only been a 7.5 inch, it just would have taken it up just that little bit more. But they didn't make an 8-inch one. 8 inches would have been a perfect size for it, for this particular knife, but they only made a 7 or a 9. So yeah, but that's neither here nor there. And to be honest, it didn't. It fits the knife well enough to not be too bothered by it. Anyway, that's the Diekensen 7-inch butcher's straight, stiff, sticking, boning knife. Yeah, I did buy it off eBay, and I bought the sheath direct from Optic Hunting Gear. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.